Creation Science Evangelism presents Creation in Common Sense with Eric Hovind.
Welcome to Creation in Common Sense. I'm your host, Eric Hovind. So what is a species? Don't know?
Well, neither does Scientific American.
They admitted there is no good definition of that word. But at the same time, evolutionists try to claim that Noah couldn't have taken millions of species on the ark. Well, I guess they're right. He didn't have to. The Bible says he took two of each kind on the ark. Now, is it possible to get all the variations we have today from those original kinds in just 4,400 years? Joining me to talk about this are two gentlemen from our creation research team at Creation Science Evangelism, Joshua Joscelyn and Jonathan Sampson. So Josh, is it possible to get all these variations in 4,400 years from the original kinds?
Oh, most definitely. Richard Dawkins, kind of the atheist evangelist, if you will, he wrote a book called The Ancestor's Tale. And in this book, he tells the story of a Russian scientist named Belyaev. Now, Belyaev took silver foxes and he selectively bred for tameness.
That's
the cool thing was these foxes changed the color of their coats to black and white patches and muzzles. They changed their ears even to soft, floppy, livable ears, that kind of thing. Their reproductive hormone levels changed to that of domesticated dogs. The cool thing about this is it only took them 20 years.
Makes you wonder what you could do with 4,400 years.
Yeah.
I bet you could get a Chihuahua.
Why would you want
Which
to?
would be pointless.
I can tell you what they can do in 35 years. In the early 70s, scientists transported 5 pairs of adult lizards from one island in the Adriatic Sea to another that didn't have those lizards, and came back in 35 years to find that their vegetation consumption in the summer went from 4% up to 61%. This was reflected in a different sized head. Their head changed. They had stronger jaws. Their physiology changed. Their behavior changed. Population density, just dramatic changes in only a few decades.
Did they have any feathers yet? They're supposed to evolve those.
No, not yet. I believe maybe some that were munching on some dead bird carcasses might. That's about it.
Gotcha. So variations do happen. They can happen very rapidly, right?
Exactly, yes. Well, variation was built into God's creation. We have kinds that have variation within those kinds. They already have that DNA information. Evolution prescribes a process whereby information is added, new information is added. But this is just variation with the information that is already there.
The Bible teaches very unequivocally that God created the earth to be inhabited, and logically He gave His creation the ability to inhabit the earth, which is what they need, showing the great flexibility and the genetic variance in these kinds.
Adaptation.
The father of our classification system, Linnaeus, even said, of all the thousands of animals he classified, he said, you don't see any crossing over. The kind always stays the same kind. Yep, dogs are always going to produce.
Dogs.
Cats are always going to produce.
Cats.
Kitties.
Frogs are always going to produce.
Frog.
Tadpoles. Yeah, tadpoles. The Bible says, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and all that they that dwell therein. Thank you for joining us for today's Creation in Common Sense. We hope you'll always use creation science for evangelism.